Hello friends, welcome to the session. Let's start the today's class. Today I'm going to solve a question using northwest corner method, and then I'll be finding the optimal solution by using the modified distribution method. Let's do it. The question says solve the above transportation problem with northwest corner method and also find the optimal solution using modified distribution method. As you all know, solving a transportation problem requires two steps. The very first one is to find the initial basic feasible solution. Now there are three methods to find the initial basic feasible solution, but according to the problem we have to work with northwest corner method. Now we are going to solve the above transportation problem using northwest corner method. What we are going to do is we have to find the initial basic feasible solution, and you all know northwest corner rule says always start with the northwest corner of the cost matrix and put the minimum value of demand and supply to the cell and keep on repeating the same until the whole matrix becomes zero. Okay, the same thing we have did. If you have no idea what we have done here, you can go back and watch my previous videos. Okay, after solving the whole thing, we are to find the total transportation cost, which we will get by multiplying the allocations with their respective cell values and adding them respectively. Now as you can see, I have got the total transportation cost as rupees 3700. In the next step, I am going to find the optimal solution by using modified distribution method. Okay, stepping stone method and modified distribution method always require a starting solution, and it is always a good practice to give them a good starting solution, which is given by least cost cell method and modified distribution method. Northwest corner method also gives you the starting solution, but it's not as good as compared to least cost cell method and Vogel's approximation method. Now let's start the modified distribution method. What we have do is we have taken the previous cost matrix, and we have given the allocations that we have find using the northwest corner method. As you can see, we have find the allocations here. This is our allocation, this is our allocation, this is our allocation, and this is our allocation, this is our allocation. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to write this allocation in our matrix. As you can see, I have written 200 is allocated to 3, 150 is allocated to 1, 250 is allocated to 6, 100 is allocated to 5, 250 is allocated to 3, and 150 is allocated to 2. Okay, these up to this you all know. Okay, the next step is to find the Cij values, that is number of allocations for the matrix. Okay, for this we use the formula ui plus vj equals to cj. This is for allocated cell values. Okay, allocated cell values are those where we have some type of allocation. These 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 cells are the allocated ones. Okay, here we are going to use the formula ui plus vj equals to cj. Okay, let's see. Before solving that, we have to check one more thing, that is m plus n minus 1 is equals to number of allocation. As you can see, we have 6 allocations here. 1 2, as you can see, we have 6 allocations here, that is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. These 6 are our allocations. Okay, our sum of rows and column minus 1 must give us the same value as the number of allocations. As you can see here, m is here is the number of rows and here is the number of column, and minus 1 is done as per the formula, and it must give us the same value as the number of allocation, that is 6. If it is equal, then we will solve a problem, otherwise we'll stop here. Okay, as you can see, these both are the values are same. Now we will move further to solve our problem. What we are going to do is we are going to allocate u1 here, u2 here, u3 here, v1 here, v2 here, v3, v4. Okay, next, in order to find the values of ui and vj, we are going to give this row value as 0. Okay, now if u1 is 0, what would be the value of v1? To make 3, I require v1 to be 3. That's why I have put v1 as 3. In the same case, what we have in the next column, 150 is the allocation that is given to 1. Okay, in order to make 1, what I can add in u1. I can add if u1 is 0, what I can add is I can add 1 to make 1. That I have done. I have given the value of v2 as 1. Okay, next there is no allocation in v4. In first row there is no allocation. Let's go to row number 2. Okay, that is u2. In u2 what I have done is there was no allocation in first column. I have moved further. There is a 6, that is 250 is allotted to 6. In order to make 6, what I can do is, as you already know, v2 is 1. I have to get what makes 6. ui is 1, sorry, not ui, vi is 1 here, and we have to make 6. What I can add here is 5, and that I have done. Okay, I have added 5. That means I have given u2 the value 5, which in addition to 1 makes it 6. Okay, that's why we have given u2 a value of 6. Accordingly, I have done all the calculation and give them values. That's why we have found u1 equals to 0, u2 equals to 5, u3 equals to 3. Okay, I hope you would have understood. Now after giving these values, what we have to calculate is, these are all the calculations we have made for allocated cell values. Now we move to unallocated cell values. As you can see, what are the unallocated cells here? 7, 4, 2, 8, 3 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here are 6 unallocated cells. Now we have to work for unallocated cell values. For unallocated cell, we have a formula Pij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. Okay, where Pij stands for penalty for non-basic cells. Okay, as you know, we are working for unallocated cells. Pij stands for non-basic cell values. Okay, now we have to write all the unallocated cell values. As you know, in the first row P, as you all know, we have in the first row we have first row third column, first row fourth column, second row first column, second row fourth column, third row first column, third row second column. These are the things I have written here. Okay, I have written all these values here. P means first row third column, first row fourth column, second row first column, second row fourth column, third row first column, and third row second column. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to implement the formula. As you all know, Cij is the column value. I have put 7 here, minus ui is u1 is 0, plus v1 is 0, v3 is 0. I have put the same and calculate the result. Now for all the values I will calculate it. Okay, you have to just put the values in formula and calculate the result. It is the same thing we have did in stepping stone method, where we were making a loop by allocating 1 to the each unallocated cell value. This formula and that loop thing are same. Okay, now we have got two negative values. As you know, in stepping stone method also we work with negative values, because whenever we get a negative value, it means we can allocate something in that unallocated cell which will make our transportation cost less. Okay, it will reduce our transportation cost. Now we have two negative values, minus 6 and minus 1. We are going to select the most negative value. The most negative value here is minus 6. I am going to select this for my further solution. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to put minus 6 here, in order to keep in mind that this is the cell value where I have to make some allocation in order to find the best solution. Okay, in this cell I am going to allocate some value. I have to put something here, that something is going to reduce my transportation cost. Okay, for that I have written all the values what I have got. For this cell I have got 7, for this cell I have got 5, for this I have got 5. I have taken these values from this things. Okay, these are the values I have taken in my matrix. Now let's move further. Here you can see I have considered this minus 6. Okay, now in the next step what we are going to do is we are going to put the values of theta. Okay, we suppose that our this unit is theta. Okay, and now let's start putting the values of theta. We start with theta equals to 1, theta equals to 2, theta equals to 3, theta equals to 4, and we move on till we make something 0 as we need to keep demand and supply the same. Okay, now I have to put something here. I have found it, I have solved the problem, then I have came to a result by getting the value as -6, which means that I have to put something in this cell that is going to reduce my transportation cost. Now if I have to put something here, it means I have to subtract something from here. That is why it always moves like this. If it is plus, it is minus, it is plus, it is minus. Okay, same thing we have done in transportation problem. If we have to put something here, then we have to subtract something from here. That is the thing we use, plus minus plus minus. Okay, always keep that in mind. Now we have find that what is the minimum value of theta that will make our transportation problem balanced. The minimum value is 200. Okay, because we have two minus negative values, two places from where we can subtract. Now 200 will make our transportation problem balanced. Now what we can do is we put theta equals to 200 and solve further. Now theta, at when theta equals to 200, let's see what our results come. Now 200 minus 200 gives us 0. That's why we have not written anything with 3. Okay, 50 plus 200 gives us 250. That's why I have written 250 with 1. Now theta is 200, I have put it here. Now 250 minus 200 will gives you 50. That's why I have written. Rest all the values are same. I haven't did anything. Now I'm going to repeat back the same process. That is, I'm again going to find ui plus vj mine equals to cij for allocated cell values, and cij minus ui plus vj for allocated cell values. I'm going to repeat back the same process until we have find all the values as positive. Whenever we find all our values as positive, it means we have reached our optimal solution. That is, the solution can't be reduced further. Let's see further what do you do. Now we have again calculated the values for ui and vj. Let first row be ui. Again, you know, we let first row as ui, and for allocated cell we calculate ui plus vj equals to cij, and for unallocated we calculate pij equals to cij minus ui plus vj. ठीक है, यहाँ तक हमने कर लिया. अब इसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे, वापिस से कैलकुलेट करेंगे. हमारे पास वैल्यूज आ रही हैं यहाँ पे. अब अनएलोकेटेड वैल्यूज हैं हमारे पास ये वाली. नेक्स्ट स्टेप में मैं फिर से यू आई प्लस वी जे कैलकुलेट करूंगा. यू आई और वी जे कैलकुलेट करने के लिए मुझे क्या करना है, यहाँ पे अपनी वैल्यूज पुट करनी है. यहाँ पे मैंने यू आई इक्वल्स टू 1 ले लिया. हमेशा हर सम के स्टार्टिंग में U1 की वैल्यू 0 रहने वाली है. अब 0 यहाँ पे आ गई वैल्यू, और एलोकेटेड सेल को मैंने देखना है. ये एलोकेटेड सेल है, ये एलोकेटेड सेल है, ये एलोकेटेड सेल है, ये एलोकेटेड सेल है, और ये एलोकेटेड सेल है. अब मुझे क्या बनाना है, यहाँ पे 1 बनाना है. 1 बनाने के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, 0 में मैं क्या ऐड करूंगा, 0 में मैं 1 ऐड करूंगा. तभी मैंने V2 को क्या मान लिया है, 1. V2 की वैल्यू क्या आई है, 1 मेरे पास. मैंने 1 ऐड किया. 1 0 प्लस 1 इज 1. ओके, दैट्स वाई इस कॉलम की वैल्यू आ गई है. इन द सेम वे वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू फॉर दिस सेल. ओके, यहाँ पे हमने 1 ले लिया है, V1 की वैल्यू 1 मान ली है, तो U2 की वैल्यू 5 लेनी पड़ेगी. ये भी हो गया. अब इसके बाद ये वाला एलोकेटेड सेल है, यहाँ पे V2 की वैल्यू U2 की वैल्यू 5 मान चुके हैं हम. तो V1 5 में से क्या सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे, तो हमको 2 मिल जाएगा. हमको 5 में से 3 सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा, तभी हमारे V1 की वैल्यू क्या आई है, 3 आई है. ओके, आई होप आपको ये समझ आ गया होगा. हम ये तब तक करते जाएंगे जब तक हमारे सारे एलोकेटेड सेल्स के लिए हम UI प्लस VJ नहीं फाइंड कर लेते. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप में हमने क्या कैलकुलेट करना है, PIJ वैल्यूज. PIJ वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट करने के लिए CIJ में से हम UI प्लस VJ वैल्यूज का सम सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लेंगे. ओके, लेट्स मूव फर्दर. यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं ये हमने PIJ वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट कर दी. अब आप देखेंगे PIJ वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट करने के बाद हमारे पास -1 आएगा. अब इस -1 वाले कॉलम में, यानी थर्ड रो सेकंड कॉलम में हम क्या ऐड करने वाले हैं, थीटा मान लेंगे उसको. थर्ड रो सेकंड कॉलम, ये हमारा थर्ड रो सेकंड कॉलम है, इसको हम थीटा मान लेंगे. अब थीटा मान लेंगे. थीटा मानने के बाद हमको क्या करना है, अगर हम किसी अनएलोकेटेड सेल में थीटा ऐड कर रहे हैं तो हमको बाकी वाले कॉलम्स में से थीटा सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा. क्यों, in order to make our transportation cost as balanced. Okay, that's why we are subtracting something from here. in जब यहाँ से सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लेंगे तो फिर यहाँ पे ऐड करनी पड़ेगी, यहाँ पे सब्ट्रैक्ट करनी पड़ेगी. बैलेंस करने के लिए हम सक्सेसिव एडिशंस एंड सब्ट्रैक्शंस परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। आई होप आपको ये समझ आ गया होगा। In the next step, what we are going to do is we are to find the minimum value of theta. What is the minimum value of theta that make our balance, our matrix balance? Okay, we start putting the values of theta. Theta equals to 1 2 3. When we will reach 50, it means 50 is the minimum value. We have to find minimum value. We have to find minimum value that makes our transportation problem as balanced transportation problem. अब 50 हमको मिल गई हमारी मिनिमम वैल्यू। क्यों? क्योंकि हमने पुट करके देख लिया, ये 50 है, यहाँ पे माइनस में आ रही है, जहाँ से भी कुछ सब्ट्रैक्शन वाली वैल्यूज होंगी, थीटा माइनस हो रहा होगा, उन दोनों सेल्स को ही हमको लेके चलना है। अब 50 यहाँ पे मिनिमम वैल्यू है और मैं 50 में से कुछ सब्ट्रैक्ट करूंगा, तो मतलब थीटा में क्या कर ले सकता हूँ, थीटा में 50 ले लूंगा, क्योंकि थीटा में 50 ले लूंगा तो 50 माइनस 50 विल मेक इट बैलेंस्ड, जीरो हो जाएगा और यहाँ पे हमारा 50 आ जाएगा इस वाले सेल वैल्यू का, तो 50 आ जाएगा, हमको यही चाहिए। तो हमने क्या कर दिया, हमने वैल्यू पुट कर दी थीटा की, यहाँ पे 50 आ जाएगी, थीटा की वैल्यू 50 हो जाएगी, यहाँ पे 0 हो जाएगी, यहाँ पे 150 हो जाएगी और यहाँ पे 200 हो जाएगी। हाँ, इससे हमारा लूप कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। नेक्स्ट विल सी व्हाट वी हैव डन। अगेन वी मूव टू अवर थर्ड सेल मैट्रिक्स। ओके, here you see we have got 250, here you see we have got 0, ये वाला सेल हमारा 0 हो चुका है, ये 50 आ गया, 100 यहाँ से हमने सब्ट्रैक्ट किया, यहाँ पे 100 में हमने 50 ऐड किया तो ये 150 आ गया, या 50 माइनस 50 किया तो ये 0 हो गया, यहाँ पे हमने 250 में से 50 निकाले तो ये 200 हो गया और थीटा की वैल्यू हमने 50 मान ली थी। आई होप आपको ये समझ आ गया होगा। नेक्स्ट व्हाट वी गो टू डू इज वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड द यू आई प्लस वी जे वैल्यूज। हमने इसको यू आई को 0 मान लिया। अब मुझे यहाँ पे एलोकेटेड सेल्स यू आई प्लस वी जे फॉर एलोकेटेड सेल्स होता है, हमेशा याद रखिएगा, एलोकेटेड सेल हमारे पास पहला है ये वाला। अब यहाँ पे मुझे 1 बनाना है और मैं V2 को क्या वैल्यू दूंगा, 1 दूंगा, और मैंने 1 बना दिया, ये 1 बन जाएगा। फिर इसके बाद हमारा V1 के, अगर V2 के अंडर देखूँ मैं तो ये एक सेल ये भी है, V2 की वैल्यू अगर 1 है तो U2 की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, 1 प्लस 2 विल गिव्स यू 3, तो U1 की वैल्यू आपकी इस U3 की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, 2 हो जाएगी। ओके, इन द सेम वे वी डू द अदर कैलकुलेशंस एंड वी विल फाइंड द UI प्लस VJ वैल्यूज। इसके बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप में हमने क्या कैलकुलेट करना है, अगेन हमने CIJ में से UI प्लस VJ की वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट कर लेनी है। देखो ये मैंने CIJ में से UI प्लस VJ की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट कर ली, दैट वी फाइंड दीज वैल्यूज। व्हेन वी calculate these values we have seen that all the values here are positive, it means we have reached our optimal solution, our solution can't be modified next. Okay, in the next step what we are going to do is we are going to calculate the transportation cost. How we are going to calculate the transportation cost, we are going to see the allocations, we are going to multiply the cell values with these allocations. Okay, you'll see here for finding the transportation cost what we are going to do is, here is 250, here is 250, 250 into 1 is 250 plus 200 into 2 plus 150 into 3 plus 50 into 3 plus 200 into 3 plus 150 into 2, it will come out to be 2450. That means we have reached our optimal solution, we have reached our optimal solution, this is our optimal solution, this is optimal result. Okay, it can't be reduced further. Okay, that's how we solve the modified distribution method. I hope आपको ये वीडियो समझ आया होगा। if you have any type of doubts you can put it in comments, and if you want us to solve any other problem you can also post it in comments. इसके अलावा आपको कोई टॉपिक समझना है आप उसको भी पोस्ट कर सकते हैं कमेंट सेक्शन में। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो।